Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Buff Breakdown. Wow, they just keep on going with the updates. I could never eat my food in peace, but you know what? So be it, because we have content, baby. And yeah, who could have seen this coming with the new release of the, Rin phase batters, including ERESHKIGAL. We got a buff for ERESHKIGAL. Yes, indeed. They may not love her in terms of giving her, like, other variants and whatnot, but man, they are convinced to just make her as strong as possible, it seems, because yeah, they actually buffed her again. I already thought she was already like one of the best AoE lancers in the game, like very, very strong, but yeah, clearly they thought otherwise, because we have a skill buff this time, because the MP was buffed last time, and this is for the first skill. So let's just jump right into it, because this is a very interesting one, needless to say. So this is what the skill used to be. Kind of clunky here and there. You're guaranteed a 1-turn invul on herself on a 6-turn cooldown, which is the, the most use that you're going to get out of this skill, mostly. But then on max rank, you had an 80% chance to give herself debuff immune for 1 turn, death immune for 1 turn, and buff removal resistance by 100% for 1 turn, meaning that, if you land that, her buffs cannot be stolen or removed, which is great to combo with the invul, of course. So, you can basically guarantee you're safe, unless the enemy happens to have like invul pierce, but I digress. This was always like a decent defensive skill. I like that all the effects were always defensive, of course, so it's never awkward to use it. It makes sense. It's your, panic button, if you will. But, you can always rely on the other effects besides the invul being on 80% chance on max level. So, luckily for us, hey, they fixed that, because now with the buffed version, yeah, they're now 100% chance on max rank to land that. Wow. So if you max this skill, which I'm sure most people will that are Resh fans, you now land every defensive buff guaranteed. How about that? Now we're kind of cooking on a really top tier defensive skill. And that's not all. They added a new line, and it's this funny line right here at the bottom. Yeah, you're reading that correct. It is a cooldown reduction by 1 turn for self for her skills. Oh my. Now, this is kind of a big deal, honestly. Like, cooldown reduction is always strong, let's be real. But especially on someone who actually is both a DPS and a looper as well for Buster, this, I think, will certainly improve her farming setups as well. Because all of her skills on max rank, as you can see, are a 6-turn cooldown. So effectively with this skill, you're now dropping them to a 5-turn cooldown, which is pretty busted, especially considering how strong her third skill is. Like, this skill is still one of my favorite skills of all time. This skill is absolutely nuts. For farming, maybe not the greatest thing ever, but for DPSing and anything else, it is just a bonkers skill. So having this on a 5-turn cooldown is pretty broken, if you ask me. And then, of course, her big battery, 50%, and the mana burst of 50% Buster for 1 turn, now being on a 5-turn cooldown, is great. So she always could kind of use this twice, like turn 1 and turn 3 on Koyan farming setup. So now you have a bit more leniency with the first skill, right? So at least being able to, choose when to use this a bit better will make some kind of a difference. But I'm sure, honestly, there will probably be some, maybe even changes of servants in the farming setup and or CEs that become possible with this cooldown reduction. I can't immediately from the top of my head come up with anything, excuse me, because, I'm literally recording this as this came out. I was making food, and then I ran to my PC as soon as I heard that, there's a buff. So yeah, crazy stuff. Wow, this skill is bonkers now, and this just makes her entire presence so much better. 5-turn cooldown on her entire skill set with this on max level is crazy. Like, this is a really, it might not seem like it's a big deal, but honestly, it really is, especially for her DPSing presence. This is great. Being able to land those defensive buffs guaranteed, and then effectively reducing the cooldown of her entire kit, which was already pretty stellar, by 1 is just wow. Wow, wow, wow. There you go. So again, I don't have the tier list right now because, the caches were kind of reset with my new PC, sadly. But again, we're starting the tier lists very soon. In fact, the first one might come out next week. So, stay up for that, I guess. Teaser. But yeah, wow. What a buff, dude. What a freaking buff, dude. Okay. So yeah, I'll just keep this video very short. But hey, I'm sure the Resh fans will be happy. They're finally getting something new again. Sadly, not a second variant, of course, because, you know, they don't seem to like doing that. But nevertheless, Lancer is looking very, very strong. Basically top tier, yeah. So there you go. How about it? So if you enjoyed this buff breakdown, do me a solid and press the thumbs up button on this video, okay? Really helps out. And good luck to everyone rolling a Resh on the JP side with this nice new buff. Hopefully you get lucky, and if not, oh well. And I hope to see you in the next video. Take care and a peace out.